What up, ladies and gentlemen? Day one, Project Poolside is coming at you. Again, we're working the Exos training system. We're going to start off with our pillar prep. This whiteboard is more for me than it is for you guys. All the movements are going to be written up here, but I'm going to walk you through everything. So the first thing we're going to work with, we're going to do 2 rounds of this. 8 reps are going to be kind of the prescription. As you guys are working through, trying to explore your body a little bit and see kind of how you're feeling. So first things first, we're going to go through the dead bugs. I'm going to hit this fan really fast. That way we're able to talk through the movement pattern. So what you're going to do is you're going to find yourself here on your back. You're going to lay down all the way back here on the floor. My knees are going to be up here in this nice simple position, kind of making a 90-degree angle. Next, I'm going to throw my left leg out straight. My left hand is going to meet myself here almost in a running stance, and my right arm is reaching really far overhead. That will be 1 rep on one side. That would be 1 rep on the other side. And I'm basically just going to flow through for all 8 reps back and forth, letting the whole thing ride. So there's going to be our dead bugs. Again, we're going to go through all 3 of these movements twice. But after the first round of 8, you'll move on to your glute bridge march. In your glute bridge march, you'll still be on the ground here. What you'll do, again, we're building some of that, move this mic here, building a little bit of that coordination. So I want you to throw your butt off the ground. Some people really find it helpful to drive your heels into the ground, which helps activate the glutes here. So I'm just going to let my head fall back, drive my hips into the ground, and 1 leg at a time, I'm going to pick up my left leg, keep my 90-degree angle here nice and taut, and then my right hand is going to meet my hand almost as if I'm in that running pose, and then I'm going to alternate side to side. So basically the top of my shoulders in the ground, I'm marching side to side, and then going to work for all 8 reps. Again, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and you'll work through all of your glute bridge marches. The next move is going to be opening the book. Again, all this pillar prep is going to be done here on the ground. So what we're going to do now, we're going to lay down on our side. People like this one. My hands are going to be clasped here, and I'm forming this kind of 90-degree angle here with my body. Next thing, I'm going to open up my hands all the way open. I'm trying to rotate my T-spine all the way up, trying to rotate with the upper back, and then come all the way back closed. That will be 1. We'll open all the way back up again. That will be 2, open all the way back up again, and your eyes tend to follow that top hand, whichever side you're on. So you'll work 8 one side, 8 on the other side, and then, again, you're going to go through all 3 movement patterns once again. So you'll go dead bugs, then back to our glute bridge marches, and then back to our open the book. Once you're going through 2 times, we're going to move on here to our movement prep. Movement prep is going to be kind of getting our body prepared for movement. That's why the name is there. So what we're going to be doing next, we're going to be working the world's greatest stretch. We'll do 5 per side, walking lunges, A marches, and then A skips. So world's greatest stretch, really simple. You're going to pop yourself down to the floor. I like to kind of have hands planted somewhere under the shoulders. I'm then going to step. Sometimes I like to throw my butt in the air, almost like I'm doing a downward dog. I'm going to bring my left foot up on my left hand, and now I'm just going to kind of explore this movement. So I said the prescription is 5 reps. Feel free if you want to do some more or a couple fewer and just kind of explore. It's going to kind of be up to you. What I want you to really do, though, is really try to open the hips up here. So one thing I'll do, I'll plant the hands. I'll turn my toes. My left foot's by my left hand here. I'm going to turn my toes to the left, and I'll drop my hips down. That really gets a nice good stretch there on the top of the hip. And then I'll bring myself back. Sometimes I'll throw the butt back up in the air, and then I'll go to the other side. Again, my right hand, right leg, and then I'll turn the hips a little bit, drop them down, turn the toes, drop the hips down, and then switch. Another really nice variation, you can bring your hips up, come up here, and I can grab the toes, pull that, get in the hamstring, rock forward. You don't have to hold your back leg off the ground the whole time too. So I'm going to turn to the side a little bit. Sometimes when I'm doing this, I'll throw the foot out and I'll drop that knee all the way down to the ground. You can even plant this foot and work a little bit of this action here to kind of get loose. So again, movement prep is designed for you to kind of build a little bit of awareness, figure out what's best for your body, and then work that through. So world's greatest stretch, 5 a side. Very simple. Next, we're going to do walking lunges. Again, 5 aside. You'll take a nice big step in front of you. You'll come down. I want you to reach your hands all the way up. If you want to plant the knee, you can. Otherwise, you don't have to go all the way down to that point. You can hold kind of like a hover lunge, and then you'll do the other side. Walk forward, nice big step, nice big reach, and then you'll come back down. If you want, if you don't have a ton of space, real estate, you can do this all in place with a reverse lunge, a reach, step back up, and a reverse lunge, reach, and step back up. And again, you'll do 5 aside, and then we'll move on. So next thing we're going to be doing is where our movement prep kind of starts to come in to form and into play with our movement for walking and running. We're going to start with an A march. A march is very simple. It's essentially a very exaggerated step, like you're marching in place. You can have a little bit of forward momentum. That's totally fine as well. The goal is do 5 per side, but you're trying to make really, really snappy movement patterns. So think like arms forming 90-degree angles on both sides, and legs are forming that same 90-degree angle. This is probably going to look awkward for the people that have not done it. It is okay. Let me be the first to tell you, nobody else in the gym cares what you're doing. If you're doing it at gym, just, again, try the pattern out, try and see how it feels, see if your coordination kind of catches up, and we'll see our strength and awareness kind of build over time. So again, A skips, really, really snappy movements. I'm going to end in this kind of position here, and then I'm going to end in this position here. And the goal is I'm kind of just, you can start slow. You can go right leg, left arm, and then right leg, or excuse me, left leg, right arm. And again, I'm trying to form 90-degree angles with the arms, 90 degree with the legs. And then as you go slow, you can go 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. And then the goal is to get really, really snappy with your movement patterns and really exaggerate the movement of your legs and of your arms so that you're able to get those done. So we're going to do those marches, 2 sets of 5 per side. So you end up doing 10 total. Let me grab a swig. All right, what do we have next? We're going to be doing A skips next. So this is going to be a little bit of a building variant of the A marches. We're going to be working 5 aside, 2 total rounds. The only difference between the A skip and the A march is that with the skip, we're going to add a little bit of a hop. So normally we're here with the march. You kind of got this down. We're marching side to side. Now the A skip is going to have a little bit of a hop. So we're here, almost like a bounce, and you're going to be bouncing. And again, the goal is to be really, really snappy. I definitely suggest starting slow. Again, you might feel funny. You might feel weird. I promise nobody else in the gym is looking at you. Nobody else probably cares. You just got to stick with it. Continue to kind of build the awareness side to side. Again, opposite arm, opposite leg, 90 degrees. And we're working through this to try to build more of that spatial awareness, which is going to help you in your lifts and help you look, move, and feel even better as you go through your life. So that is where we're going. A skips, again, 5 aside, 2 rounds. They should look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'll work all the way through until you get 5 per side. Okay, we've done our pillar prep. We've done our movement prep. Now we're on to power work. All right, power work here today is going to look like a wall drill, and then some short sprints. So the wall drill, what is this? Basically what you're going to need access to is some sort of a wall, or you can even use the rack of a bar. So I'm going to do it on the bar rack so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm going to pop this over just for a minute, and you'll be able to see what I got going. Move my little marker here. I don't want that to be hit. Okay. Move the TRX too, actually. I should have done this before I started the video, but you know what? You guys are getting it the same way that I'm doing it. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to make our body into a kind of a 45-degree angle into whatever structure you're going to use. Wall, your barbell rack, whatever you kind of want to use. And then we're going to build our sprint form off of this. So I'm pushing into the rack. You guys can see I'm moved out here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do switches. So there's sprint switches. We'll call it a wall drill. We're going to do 3 singles, 2 doubles, and 1 triple, and we're going to work through that 2 times. So it'll be here, A single switch is my left leg is up. Again, I'm trying to form this 45-degree angle. My left leg is up. I'm pressing into the wall and I'm pressing into the floor. And then single switch is just going to be like this. And I'm moving. Leg is going to be up and I'm trying to drive really, really hard. Single switch, boom, single switch, boom. Now I'm working that. So I do 3 per side. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to do 2 doubles. So what do the 2 doubles look like? Same thing, except we're going to go and you're going to start and end on the same foot. So double looks like here, and then we're going to go 2. Ready? 2, 1, 2. Ready? 2, 1, 2. We did 2 of those, starting with the left knee up, and then 2 again, the right knee up. And then last, we're going to do 1 triple. So that's going to be a 1, 2, 3, and we'll do that per side. So again, now my left leg is starting up nice and high. We go triple, 1, 2, 3. And then now we're already set up for the other side. Triple, 1, 2, 3. We're going to work through that full sequence 2 times. So 3 singles, 2 doubles, 1 triple on your wall. Again, we're building some of that sprint awareness. Oh, I'm already getting sweaty. And then after we do that for 2 rounds, we're going to get our little sprints going. So let me move this board back over here so don't get lost in what we're doing. I know I got a lot written up there. So what does our sprint intervals look like? Quick sprint intervals. I'm going to leave this up to you. It's going to be dependent on your space a little bit, where you're training. Everybody is able to do a sprint outside. Now, do I want you, if you've never sprinted in the last decade, to go out and sprint at 100%? No, I do not. I would like you to try and find your medium to be somewhere in the 60 to 80% range, and you're going to be working for 5 seconds only. So if I were to go do this workout today, I would go outside of my house. I would find a stretch of pavement, and I would get ready. I would get set based on my sprint building that we just did in our movement prep and our pillar prep to get ready for doing my sprint. So I'd get set up, I'd get ready, and I'd be 3, 2, 1, go. Boom. I'm going to take off, sprint for my 5 seconds, and then I'm going to rest for 55 seconds. So essentially every minute on the minute, you'll sprint for 5 seconds, you'll rest for 55 seconds, and we're going to do that quick acceleration, quick sprint intervals. We're going to do 5 rounds of those. So in 5 minutes, you'll have done 5 sprints. You've only sprinted for 25 seconds, and you took that entire rest of that 5 minutes off. Once you finish that, we are done with our power for the day. We're done with our movement prep. We're done with our pillar prep. We're then going to move into our strength work. So what are we doing today? Strength work is going to be 2 supersets, 1 single set, and then we'll do some regen and we'll do some stretching. Our strength work today is going to be goblet squats and Pallof presses, and those are going to be superset together. So what's a goblet squat? You guys are able to use kettlebells. You can also use dumbbells for this. It's very, very simple. I'm going to grab a dumbbell here, throw it in my hand. The key to this, and I meant to say this a second ago, but we're going to work in this strength building block to try and get to a rate of perceived exertion of about a 7. So what does that mean? Rate of perceived exertion is like a scale of 1 to 10 on how hard you're working in a movement pattern. A 10 is like, I'm dying, I need an ambulance almost, and a 1 is like, I'm not even trying. A 7, I like to say, almost like you have reps in reserve. We're going to utilize a 7 is essentially like having 2 reps in reserve through your system. So let's say I end up grabbing my dumbbell here and I've got it, and this is a 20-pound dumbbell, and I do my 8 reps, which is prescribed here for 3 rounds, right? I do my 1 goblet squat here, which again, we can talk through that as well. Chest high, packing the weight into the chest nice and tight. I'll hip hinge just a tad, and then I'll squat all the way down, full range, whatever that looks like to you, and then stand all the way back up. Let's say I finish my 8, and I'm like, damn, I could have done like 5 or 6 more of those. What I want you to do then is I want you to change your weight, either bring your weight up. I like you to change your tempo, slow the reps down, maybe go fuller range of motion. I want you to make it so that you have 2 reps in reserve, for each of these patterns today. So we'll work 8 goblet squats. After our 8 goblet squats, we're going to get a Pallof press in. What is a Pallof press? You'll need a band, as I knock down a bunch of them here at the house. I'm going to throw this band here through my rack, and there go the rest of them. Good job, Blaze. What I'm going to do now, this is a pretty light band, so if you guys have access to them, something that's a little bit thinner, a little bit easier to handle, I'm going to grab my band here, and I'm bringing this band here into my chest, basically taking a nice big rotation. And if I have my arms all the way out here, the band's kind of got a little bit of tension on it. I'm bringing it in to my chest here, and I'm keeping my hips and shoulders square right in front of me, okay? So I'm going to contract the core, nice big turn. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this away. Big press here for 1, big press for 2. I'm going to do 10 facing this way. And then I'm going to switch, turn around the other side here, press, press for 10. After I do my 8 goblet squats, 10 presses, either side, I'm going to run it back for 2 more rounds for a total of 3. Again, rate of perceived exertion is huge here. This is how we're going to build. This is how we're going to continue to grow. If you've got more than 2 reps in reserve, I expect you to make a change. If you're hitting that 8 and you're like, oh man, I could have done 10, but I did 8, that's perfect. Let that ride, and we'll continue to build from that. The next superset, we're going to be doing Romanian deadlifts. We're going to be doing these single leg as well. When we're doing single leg Romanian deadlifts, we're going to be working with a dumbbell and or kettlebell in hand. You can do crossbody or use both. I'm going to show the crossbody variant. It's the one that I like more. It kind of lights up the core a little bit. So our RDLs, again, we're looking for rate of perceived exertion of a 7. 2 reps in reserve is ideal. We're working for 8 reps per side. So what this looks like, my left foot is planted, right hand's on the weight. My right leg is hovering off the ground. I'm going to put my left hand on my hip here, and then I'm going to hip hinge forward, keeping my body neutral, and my back leg is straight back. Let me take a little turn here to the side so you can see. Left foot planted, right leg is coming straight back like so. And the goal is to get this really close to the ground and then all the way back up. And I'm firing off in this rear glute. All the way through. That would be 2. I'm going to work 8 one side. Again, then switch. Dumbbell is going to be in the left hand now. Right leg is planted. I'll turn a little bit to the side. Right hand here on the hip. Then I'm going to hip hinge forward, drive all the way up, drive all the way back, do all 8 reps. And then we'll move on to our second movement pattern of this superset, which is going to be our Bulgarian split squat. Now, this is going to be a split squat hold. Not everybody's going to have access to the most ideal gym scenario. Maybe somebody's using a rack or a bench and you're unable to get there. The Bulgarian split squat is going to be used on a bench. There's a bunch of different ways that you can kind of make that happen in the event that you don't have one. But I'm going to demo on a bench for you guys today. So what does it look like? If you don't have a bench, you can use a couch. If you're working out from home, you can utilize a medicine ball. You can utilize bands going across a barbell rack to hold your foot up. However you kind of need to do it is okay with me. This is a movement pattern that we're going to do a 20-second hold in. So I move the weight over here just in case you start feeling spicy and you kind of want a little bit extra, but these will light you up without it. So I'm going to plant my left foot on the ground. My right foot is going up on the bench. What I'm doing is I'm putting my foot flat down instead of dipping my toe. Whatever's comfortable for you, feel free to do. I'm going to come down into this position. Now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to find a comfortable distance for my front leg to be away from this bench. I typically find if I'm on the bench, I can take like 1 pace back and I'll basically have my calves touching, and I'll take 1 normal pace forward. I'll kick my foot up, and that's about where I kind of want to be, okay? Next, I'm going to put my hands here on my hips. Again, if you want to wait, now's a great time. If my left leg's planted, my right hand is going to have the weight in it. And I'm going to come down here to this 90-degree position. I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold here for 20 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 20. At my 20-second mark, I'm going to come up. Then I'm going to switch sides, plant, switch sides with the weight if you got it in your hand, all the way down. We'll hold, and then all the way back up. You'll do 3 rounds of that. RDLs, Bulgarians, back to back. Then, boy, I'm sweaty right now going through this. Next, we're going to do our Copenhagen side planks. What that's going to look like is you're going to plant your leg up here onto the bench. You'll come down onto the ground. Sometimes I like to throw something under my arm to basically pad my forearm. If you don't have it, that's okay. Just be careful there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my body up off the ground into this side plank here. The goal is to have your foot and your hips off the ground completely. The way to, I guess, utilize this movement pattern to make it a little bit easier is if you scoot your body closer to the bench, it's going to be easier. You're using more surface area of your leg. And then if you want to make it more challenging, scoot your body away from the bench, and that'll do it. So what we're going to do, 20-second holds per side in that movement pattern for 2 rounds. So 2 sets. You do a 20-second hold, you'll rest, flip over, 20-second hold, rest, flip over. We'll work those Copenhagen side planks. And then we're done with our strength block. We're then going to be moving into our regen. What we're going to do is a little bit of band stretching. Oh boy, and I'm sweaty. Good thing we're working hard here together. And I'm going to be doing this workout with you guys on day 1 too. But I'm working hard recording it. So that means the workout's going to be tough too. So what are we going to do with our bands here? Whatever you guys want or have access to is going to be okay for our band stretching today. We're just going to do a quick little flow and then we'll be done. So lay down here onto your back. What I want you to do is I want you to take your band. I want you to put it over your right toe. Lay back here. And now I want you to floss your toe. So you go just push your foot away from the earth, bring it back down, push it away, bring it back down. We'll kind of hang out here a couple seconds. Next, I want you to hold your band here in your right arm. And then I want you to open your leg all the way out to the right. Oh boy. I'm trying to keep my body kind of on the ground, open up the hip. We'll hang out here for a bit. I want to let you know I'm going to walk through this with you guys, but feel free. If you want to hang out here a little bit longer, you can pause the video or do whatever you got to do and then work with it. So then I'm going to put my band here in the left hand. I'm going to bring my leg across my body here, and now I'm going to stretch looking at my right hand flipped over. I'll work here for a second, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So now I'm going band out around the left. Again, toes are here. My toes are going to come down, flex and press, and then we'll work opening here all the way out now to the left, trying to keep my body down on the ground if you can, and then all the way up here, down, and oh boy, to the right, and now I'm looking to the left, getting that stretch there in the leg. So that is all I have for you guys. Congratulations, you finished up the first of many good workouts here, Project Poolside. We're excited to continue working with you. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I know this video is pretty long, but I wanted to make sure that we were able to explain everything to you nice and easy. So if you got any questions, let me know. Excited for the second workout, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.